Hey guys, welcome back. This is Summer again from Alibaba Cloud Database Product Team. Last week, we introduced MySQL migration, including on-premise MySQL single instance to PolarDB MySQL, and on-premise MySQL cluster with one primary node and one secondary node to RDS MySQL. Did you get it? This week, we'll introduce SQL Server migration. Well, when it comes to database migration, there'll always be two kinds. One is full data migration with little downtime, and the other will be migration for the real time. Since we have already talked about DTS for several weeks, which we can use to migrate different kinds of databases to the cloud with zero downtime. This time, we'll introduce a full migration solution with little downtime. Okay. Before we start, let me introduce my environment for the testing. Here is a ECS I prepared. It's running Windows Server 2008 R2 Enterprise Edition. And also, here I have already installed a SQL Server 2005. And test 1 and test 2 are the databases we are going to migrate to the cloud. And this is the table inside the test 1 database. And STU2 is a table inside test 2 database. Okay. Well, if you want to migrate your SQL Server to the cloud, which I mean RDS SQL Server, you better to purchase one or you have already had one. Okay, in this case, we already had one in Singapore region. And the version is SQL Server 2016 Enterprise Edition. For full migration, there are only 3 steps to follow. First, backup the self-managed database. And second, upload the backup files to the OS bucket. And last, create a migration task, and till its end, you need to check the data on your RDS. Okay, let's begin. First, backup the database. Use the one we have already had. And click Backup and Restoration. Migrate OSS backup data to RDS. Click Full Backup Scripts to download. Well, this is a backup scripts. Take special attention to the variables we need to configure. They are backup database list and backup type, backup folder, and is run. If you want to backup all the databases in your instance, just delete all the values, change to none. As you can see here. And for the backup type, because we are going to do full data migration first, so we just leave it to full. Also, you can define to div for differential backup and the log backup later. And third, backup folder, just leave it the default, or you can define yourself. The last one is run. 0 means do not execute, and 1 means run directly. Let's change to run directly. One more thing, for the folder you define here, you don't need to create before it starts. Okay, let's copy the script. And open in the Management Studio database, new query. Select all and execute. Okay, it's done. Let's see the backup file we just got. Here's our databases we just back up. And then let's go to step 2. Upload the files to OSS bucket. Upload to where? OSS bucket, right? So we need to create an OSS bucket first. Let's go to the OSS console. OSS console, you can find it here. OSS. And the bucket. Create bucket. Let's give it a name. MySQL. G. Because the RDS target RDS instance is in Singapore region, so we need to upload the file to Singapore region. Keep the rest configuration as default, and then OK. And then let's go back, find the bucket we just created, and upload the file. Okay. Yeah, it has already succeeded. Okay. These are the files we just got. And step 3, create migration task. Go back to RDS console. Click Migrate OSS Backup Data to RDS. Next. Set the name of your target database. In this way, you can migrate database one by one. So first, let's migrate test 1 and bucket. This one, test 1. Okay. Well, we got errors. It might be this one. We didn't authorize the OSS access permissions. Okay, confirm authorization policy. Then go back, check again. Okay. Let's create another. Migrate OSS and test 2. Okay. Then you can check the migration task here. Backup data upload history. And these are the tasks we just created. Refresh. To see the status. Okay, the first task has already been successful. Okay, refresh. All done now. Now you can log on to the database and check this data. Check the account. Oh, we already have an account right here, so no need to create. Let's use this one, testDB. Let's log on to the database. Use DMS. Input the password. Log in. If you are using DMS to connect to your RDS for the first time, you should configure the whitelist. Confirm. Then try again. Alright, succeed. Okay, let's see what's inside. Well, right now we have already got the new databases we just migrated from on-premise. Okay, let's see. Here's the table inside. Student. And how about this one? Also with data. Let's do some query. stu2. Well, no surprise, there are 15 rows. And this one, stu. Yeah, there are 7 rows, same to the on-premise. Yes, 7 records. 15 rows. Okay, right now we have done the full data migration. If you want to do incremental migration, you can, as we mentioned before, accept full migration. There are also two other options you can change to. They are log backup and differential backup. So you maybe know now, if you keep creating new data into the database, you can change the script setting to do backup and then upload the files to the OSS again and again. And then create the migration task here continuously. Then you will get the latest data. Well, right now, we have done full data migration. Before we end this session, you need to understand for production environment, we do not suggest you to migrate SQL Server 2005 directly to SQL Server 2016, just like I do, because there always be some, compatible problems. Just because the testing data we used in this case is quite easy, so we didn't get any errors. For production environment, we strongly suggest you to migrate to the target no more than 3 versions from the current. Well, this is all for today. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.